A legend will fall here at LR Shion. Now, we will review the next chapter of Grappler Baki, the legendary swordsman arc. It's the chapter where Hanma Baki managed to knock down the strongest swordsman by using a modern technique. Do you think the son of Ogre will be able to defeat Musashi for good? Let's find out. But first, please know that you can buy the new Grappler Baki volume collections, Baki the Grappler Season 1 and 2 DVDs, and Bandai's Grappler Baki figurine on the link on the description below. By buying, you can help the channel grow and release more Baki videos. Please subscribe and let's begin. The chapter starts outside Takegawa's mansion. Miyamoto Musashi is saying, "Mr. Takegawa. Yes? I'm going outside for a bit." Hey. What do you mean by that, Mr. Musashi? I want to experience this new world by myself. Is that so weird? No. I'm sorry, but that's just not possible. Letting you go by yourself is just too much to ask for. I am certain trouble will find you. What are you trying to say? That I'm a little kid that can't go outside alone? Then Baki interrupted. Going out is really impossible. I won't let you go outside. You're way too naive. I will have to kill you again. I'll stop you right here. In all of the martial arts that exist, there is one thing they all use in a fight. And that technique is the supreme hit, called the jab. Mine is faster than the speed of light. Like a swallow. Like a lightning bolt. Like Mach. These are nothing more than simple words to describe the speed of their technique. But all of these names are nothing more than a thing to laugh at. But a real enemy will not announce his moves before he does them. So naming them is useless. The difference between knowing and not knowing is the key to winning. Keep that in mind. So, why do you think they do it? Because you can easily use them as a feint. And that is when a simple attacks are the most effective. And the result is a complete confusion of consciousness. And that is when the swallow appears. Lightning strikes. Mach speeds hits. If you get to that point, it will have the effect of those names. However, there is an exception to the rule. Not enough power. Or they saw it coming. That's why they keep their defense up. Because with that, they can see it coming. But there was one champion who they couldn't stop, even if they saw it coming. He used one technique that allowed him to rule the world inside that ring. That technique. The Galactic. The Phantom Light. The Ultra Super. The 44 Magnum like. The Ultimate. The jab. But to do that, some conditions have to be met. But once all of them have been triggered, the effect it has is great. But the main point is that you throw it with confidence and from the front. And the key element is that you have speed. But there is no meaning behind it if you don't connect with your bones. It's a technique used to take men down at high speed. In karate, they call it kazamitsuki. Repeating blows. And you can throw them in succession. That is what a jab is. The fastest technique there is in modern martial arts has managed to hit the legendary Miyamoto Musashi in the chin, instantly knocking him down the ground. Takegawa then shouted, "He's down." Then Baki continued, "You've been down for about 10 seconds now. Doing it a lot of times might have been impossible. But you died about 3 times just now." You're right. The boy's words are right on their mark. I have just been killed. I died. You flew over here at a truly high speed. And before I could react, you hit me in the face. You read my movements? Yes. That skill of yours is really strong. That was a left jab. It's an inevitable move that can't be dodged. It's indeed a move that's rather unexpected. But it still has no place in the art of war. I wanted to know the effect your technique would have. And you struck a rather interesting place. You didn't really hit me in the face, you hit my chin. And after that, the world tilted. And it started to come towards me from my left side. And then, it stopped. And that's when I died. I was defeated. In this little game of ours. This time. I lost. This is not a game. Boy. I want to reintroduce myself to you again. My name is Miyamoto Musashi. I know. My name is Hanma Baki. Baki. I won't go easy on you. Now, with that being said. Then Baki remembered his father. Because Miyamoto Musashi is doing the exact same stance as him. Takugawa then commented. A two-sword style. Isn't it his strongest technique? Musashi then thinks. Living in the Heisei period. I stood at the top of those who they called the best, while we were in the midst of the age of civil war. I will show you how I was able to take that position. Ah. This is truly an extravagant move. My curiosity exceeds my fear. If I don't face him with all I have, it would be a dishonor. The best move in the modern age of fighting. The jab. With enough practice, you can train your reflexes to be able to respond to it, even if it's just a little bit. And yet, this warrior noticed it. Before the high-speed punch came in flying. Before the leg with his weight on it started to move. Before he had the resolve of let's do it now. This warrior noticed it. He is able to perceive the signal his enemy's brain gives off right before he decides to act. 0.5 seconds before the action is done, he receives the signal. In the year 1991, an author from Denmark called Tor Nordrenders wrote the following. There is a 0.5 second delay between thought and action. During the time span in between that 0.5 seconds, the human brain is essentially unconscious. That is because the signal that the brain emits takes 0.5 seconds before it reaches the body. But what if a person was faster than that? What if a person was able to catch that signal? And for example, what if that person was able to react with enough speed? Then, that person would be able to react to whatever his enemy does before it actually happens. What do you think of this chapter? Do you think Miyamoto Musashi is too strong for Hanma Baki in his current condition? Comment down your opinion below. Special thanks to my patron, Juan, The Broken Monarch, Stranger Dragons Prevail, Sam Shires, Aaron Wieland, James Berry, Evan Edrock, Shay Jackson, Dr. Manhattan, Francois, Imi Travitt, The Real Zuravan, Big Sam Zilla, Apatrian of the Uts, Jacket, Midas, Johnny Might, Kevin Arias, Jason Jacobs, OK, Vega Punk, Just Danzo, Joshua Ash, Mars Kane, Claudio Aguilera, Francisco Carrillo, Jaden Robinson, Isam Harris, Awesome Swaysible, Thomas West, David Fritz, Brandon Zipperl, Ethan, Carrot, Xavier Ward, and Goku Kot. We really appreciate your help. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe to my Patreon, LR Shion. I will put a link in the description below. Our next video will be about Miyamoto Musashi, exploring the modern world. Stay tuned.